Hello everybody, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and today's lesson is stop micromanaging God, start macro being your dream life. Quantum leaping into your receiving of your desired reality. So, number one, infinity and the nature of possibility. You see, infinity must allow for every possibility to unfold from every point that exists. In order for everything to be connected, it has to be connected, done from any point of existence. I'm going to break this down quickly, right? A lot of the time, we believe in circumstances and conditions that I cannot get physically from here to here, or I don't know how I would physically get from here to there. What you must understand is that reality is not just infinite in what you can imagine. It also is infinite in the space that we believe is between 2 points. You see, the image from one space and to another has so many frames of reality, you cannot even contemplate that number. I think Bashar has a number that he just said. I think he just said it more than he believes that number, which was about a few billion frames per second. When you're watching a movie, it's 24 per second. Now, reality has billions and billions of frames per second to move the very simplest thing. But that's how much Source is doing in 1 second. That's how many experiences and snapshots of the reality universe that we are occupying and are within us in any one go. I did have a fun little mental understanding of this, because the way we mark 1 second is with a cesium atom vibrating states, and it's about 9 billion vibrations in 1 second, something like that, which kind of lined up with Bashar's few billion per second. So you can say every single time it vibrates, the entire universe is being the snapshot of that atom being here and then there and then here and then there and then here and then there. It does it 9 billion times in 1 second. That is a number your brain simply just will not come to any understanding and to even imagine how it does this. But reality just does it effortlessly, because it is everything and you are reality. You are doing that effortlessly, experiencing it from your physical viewpoint. Now, the typical way we go about reality creation is in this unconscious way, or maybe even consciously, you just believe this. You become aware of the next probable step in your progression, and you take those steps as if they are the natural steps you need to take. And it is part of an unfolding of whatever you are experiencing yourself as reality, which is simply to say, for example, let's say you are a worker and then you think the next probable step is becoming the manager and then the head of department and then something other, right? So you end up imagining yourself as the manager, and then you most of the time try to imagine, well, how do I do more? How do I get noticed? How do I, all of those things, right? That's just the default ladder that we find ourselves climbing up. I am not saying that there is no ladder that you climb up even with conscious creation. The ladder is just a little different, because now you are allowing the ladder to be whatever your higher self has in store for you as the path of least resistance to what you already naturally want and desire to just be. That's the natural beingness of who you are. The natural storyline of society provides this default ladder of point A to point B to point C, right? And you end up believing in circumstances, conditions, and requirements. Basically, this I came up with this funny phrase. Being unconscious in reality is basically having a 3D love letter to reality. I love reality. I love being in the 3D. I love imagining every little next step and circumstance and condition and requirement that holds me back from whatever and overcoming it. I love that. It's just another form of reality experience, but it's coming from strict identification with the 3D. Now, all things are possible. Identifying with your own awareness, that is reality itself, shows you, and you consciously become aware of what you are being in and as awareness is your reality experience as reality itself. And the more you allow yourself to just simply say an experience without conditioning it, all things are possible, it stops becoming logical, because you realize how much logic holds you back. Even the simplest things, no, but logically that can't happen. Logically, you don't know how it can happen. That's not the same thing. Logically, you don't know how something you are imagining can happen. And if you accept that you logically don't know how it can happen, because you are accepting that, hey, I'm just accepting whatever it is I'm becoming aware of, simply just exists. It's not up to me to logically make this happen, but there will be a logic to it. It's like most of the time you're watching a magic trick, you have no idea how it works out. But sometimes they're quite elaborate, sometimes quite a lot of skill is involved, and sometimes they can be like the silliest, simple thing, right? It is a single step to drop all worldly possessions and buy the pearl of great price. And those possessions are not the things that you own. You don't have to go and chuck them on the road now, right? They are simply your beliefs that no longer serve you, right? They don't serve you. So you stop serving them. Basically, you have been serving them up into an Azure 3D love letter, so to speak. So you can just stop doing that, because you know that no matter what you are imagining, this exists. I don't care how. I only assume that it does. Number 2, and this is the crux of this video actually. The metaphysical principle of Mark 11:24. If you are unfamiliar, the scripture passage is, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Mark 11:24. So when the scripture says, believe you have received it, and then you've imagined something or other, and you prayed for it, and then the physical self looks around, it doesn't see any evidence of reception. We end up looking for signs, for synchronicities. Oh, this person I met said my specific person's name in passing, and then I was thrilled for the day. But nothing in the 3D reality really shows you any kind of evidence whatsoever. You assuming what you are seeing is evidence, and you end up treating it as evidence. But sooner or later, when you need evidence, you end up running out of evidence, because it needs to matter to you. So you start seeing it far and few between, whatever, right? Because it just ends up not mattering. You can stop looking for it. I promise you, I'm telling you, it is not there. I don't care how many people in the world shouted your specific person's name to you after you have imagined it. It means nothing. You can give it the meaning that, hey, it's there because I'm synchronized with it and it's just fun. But I'm already in that reality. I don't need it to happen. And ironically, the more you don't need it to happen, the more people scream the name in your face. It's quite funny, right? Even the idea of I received the feeling and it felt good fades, because that feeling good is not really your natural state. Your natural state is just a knowing that no matter what you feel, you are good, because you are reality. You are literally everything, and you can't be touched. Then you end up feeling good anyway. But that emotional shift isn't your indication that you are reality. You are reality, and that emotional shift comes about. And anything can happen, right? You are reality. You're not disallowing anything. Someone cuts you off in traffic and you want to fling something at them, right? You get annoyed and the feeling vanishes. Oh God, I got cut off in traffic and now I'm not in my feeling of wish fulfilled. I need to go imagine this again so I can get back in that feeling. It's basically just another way to be in that swing circle. So the scripture cannot be referring to your physical self. It must and only can be referring to your true self, which is your metaphysical self. You as your own higher awareness, your true being. Slide number 3, the awareness of receiving. Since your metaphysical self is your true self, and it is, then it is your metaphysical self that has received that which you have prayed for. You have received not the object, not the person, not the thing. You have received the awareness of what was previously unknown to you. The reality of this desire, a version of reality that now resonates with you, a version of yourself that is arranged in such a way for the knowing of yourself as this physical unfolding of reality. You became aware of it. You received awareness. You don't know what's in your cupboard most of the time. When you open it and you look inside, oh, now I know. Yeah, that. You received awareness of what's there. When you receive a desire, it is the awareness of what's inside you. So should you choose to embody this experience, you become aware of it and more of it. So the physical you now desires the experience, right? And now from awareness of experiencing the desire of it, you experienced your own choice to be aware of it as a physical experience of reality. And thus you have received it all in one go, right? You basically became aware of a desire, you received the awareness of it, you embodied it and chose it and decided to imagine it and experience more of it, and then you started to receive even more of it. So you're basically only ever receiving. There's nothing denying you unless there's nothing denying you, only you denying yourself from receiving more. You can't even deny yourself from what you currently are aware of. You can only deny yourself from being aware of more of what you are. So you literally couldn't be unaware of something. You are already unaware of everything, so you can only become more aware of everything. You can't actually prevent knowing more, and you can't unknow what you do know, which is what a lot of people try to do when they become consciously aware, which was, okay, can I forget this bad experience? No. You are awareness. You are remembering yourself with everything. That bad experience isn't bad, it's just an experience you are labeling bad because you don't like it. Basically, the idea of quantum shifting is that you just shift your own attention as awareness, knowing yourself that you are blank in every moment, to your end, and experience it as that identity. And then you just stay in the knowing that this is now who I am because I chose it. That's all quantum shifting is. I know there's like this huge thing about it, but I mean, that's about it. You are quantum shifting in every moment because your awareness and attention is shifting in every moment. It doesn't sit still in one point. Even the idea of sitting still is just pointing your own focus and attention on your own focusing and attention. The 3D physical forms within you can only express what has been received, and it is being chosen, embodied, and assumed as the who I am, as reality from your own consciousness. That was a lot of words there. So basically, whatever's happening in the physical is happening within you as awareness. Whatever's happening in the physical is happening under the assumption that you are now assuming yourself to be. And you are typically assuming yourself to be something. We call the things we want to assume desires. But you can assume anything, otherwise you wouldn't be able to experience a life that you don't like. So assuming the desire, assuming yourself, assuming that you are this identity and the reality of that experience, that's what your 3D reality must be unfolding into and as within you. Just like how I am within the frame, you are within the 3D reality, but the frame is actually within the real you. So receiving is awareness knowing more of itself. You are awareness, reality, and you receive more of yourself by bringing awareness to the new expressions of it, by being it, By being it, you simply just receive more of what you are being. By being it in reality, as awareness, you literally receive more of what you are being. That is why when you're being miserable, not the emotion of miserable in the 3D, being aware of a version of you continuously miserable brings about more miserable experiences for you to be wonderfully aware of. And when you embody that expression consciously, you give it to yourself as a physical experience. Slide number 4, the 3D default drops. It's always I am first and last, because there's anything in between that is basically I am as well. You as the 3D physical self goes about its routines following the script consciously, with a deeper knowing that I am awareness of everything happening in the script. You follow it just normally. You talk to people normally. Sometimes you talk to people involving reality creation and you know you're speaking from that I am awareness. Sometimes you're just speaking to the person that's working in whatever store you're in and you just play your part naturally. You're not even really thinking about it. You are aware of being reality itself. So whatever you are doing, you know it's coming from this you that is awareness. So you can just be however you like. Typically, you're going to be how you like. And you're aware of having a physical viewpoint within it, a 3D self, right? While also being everything else. So when you are having a conversation with somebody, in the moment you kind of just forget, unless you're talking about reality creation, even then. But you have a moment where you just kind of forget and you're going along almost unconsciously in the script talking to this person, and you realize, hey, who I was talking to and the version of me talking to them, that's no longer an experience of reality, but I can now be aware that I am the reality of me speaking to them and being spoken to as them, but I experienced it from my physical viewpoint. Cool. You become aware of an idea, a scene that lights you up because you are the light knowing it. It lights you up because you're allowing it to light you up, and you are the light that's lighting yourself up. You are the light. And you know, hey, this is my choice now. That moment of inner selection is the prayer. Right? It's you knowing something, you giving light to something, you embodying and choosing and being something. That is believing you have received it because you know you just became aware of it. Then knowing you are awareness, that just became more aware of you. You have received the awareness of that version of reality. You chose it. You said, this is who I am. You know that is who I am. And it must now be expressed through you and as you as your 3D physical reality experience. Slide number 5, relaxing into the scene, the naturalness of being. I know NevilleGoddard has this idea of that which you naturally be is your reality. And there's obviously truth in that, otherwise we wouldn't have persistence throughout our knowing of it. And as you persist in this identity, the awareness of I am the creator and I am already that which I desire to be because I am the creator of it. So whatever I'm imagining, I am literally imagining as the rearrangement of myself. You start to naturally relax into knowing that you are awareness and the reality of that scene or scenes. You don't need to force it. You just need to see yourself there as the natural version who is already there. Now, as Neville said, that which you desire, you already are. So what you are actually doing by relaxing into the scene is becoming more aware of what already exists. So that version of you that is naturally just there, that is who you're choosing to be. And as you persist, you are actually just persisting and becoming more aware of that version of you that is naturally there. Now, it's not a requirement for you to force yourself into feeling natural into being that reality. Sometimes you get a little worked up by thinking, I'm not being it naturally, it's not going to happen. Persistence is not effort. It is just knowing that no matter how I feel, there is a version of me who is naturally where I desire to be, and I am that version of reality that I just know myself to just be now. So whatever naturalness that version of me experiences, and whatever naturalness has to happen for that reality to unfold itself, I know that it's all happening within me. I'm making a choice that is who I am now, and that is my reality, regardless of how I feel. Paradoxically, you end up just feeling naturally into it anyway. Number 6, the path of least resistance. Now, what happens is that as you persist in the assumption, your natural inclination is just to imagine yourself there, naturally and easy. That is the path of your least resistance. Just naturally is imagining what it is you are assuming of yourself. You're always going to assume the highest version of your own self-concept. So if the self-concept is I am the creator, you end up tilting your own I am scale to always seeing yourself as I am awareness. It's this inner talking to always consciously see yourself as the version you choose to now be in and as a reflection of reality that you are now experiencing as your knowing of it. So I am whatever I choose to be. I am already that. Basically, whatever you end up naturally just imagining throughout the day and experiencing yourself as awareness throughout the day, not necessarily only your physical self, what they experience, but every self of you as a reflection of your own inner knowing. You end up naturally just expressing and experiencing what it is you desire all day long as awareness, because you identify with being the creator, you identify with the highest form or whatever you prefer, and that's what your experiencing of reality will be. The 3D is going to unfold. It's already unfolding, so just leave that. Let it do its own thing. But whatever it is doing, it is you. So, be more of you. Your natural identity is your path of least resistance, right? So you are already it. So no matter what choice it has to naturally be, it is being it already. It's already being whatever you naturally see yourself as. So make whatever is natural to you the highest form of your own self. And drop the belief in circumstances, prerequisites, time, and logic, because none of those things get to you to where you want to be immediately in and as your dream life. Circumstances don't get you or prevent you. Prerequisites don't get you and prevent you. Time doesn't get you anywhere or prevent you from being anywhere. And logic really doesn't help whatsoever. So drop it all, and as awareness, first and only cause, because of that, you begin to experience the most natural version of yourself in and as that reality you simply just desire to be, because you already exist in it naturally, and it exists within you naturally already. Number 5, embodiment and expression. Now, what unfolds in your 3D experience is not you becoming something new. You are never becoming anything new. You are just having a new experience as awareness of what you already were. You are expressing what you already received in awareness of, right? You choose as awareness, and the 3D reflects it immediately. Regardless of what it looks like, it is reflecting it. Despite appearances, because they are always changing, so they don't actually matter what it's reflecting anyway. It seems a little paradoxical, but it is actually meaningless, but always reflecting what it is you are being. And that's all that's happening in awareness, right? Awareness, choosing, expression. But they all simultaneously exist without distance or time or space in between any of them, right? The experience is linear. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to experience it. Now, here's the thing. As awareness, whatever you are experiencing as awareness, it is your knowing first. So as the words I'm saying, as the experiencing that I'm experiencing, as the choosing of whatever sentences I'm choosing to just speak out, and the expression of the sentence itself, it's all happening in awareness as an effect. You are awareness. You are aware that you are hearing things. You are You are aware of what you are choosing to just listen to and hear and embody. You are the expression of hearing and taking in and experiencing. All of it's happening simultaneously in you as awareness. You simply become less resistant to being who you already are, allowing all of it. Your dream life, love, health, wealth, freedom, passion, beauty all unfold through that least resistance of awareness. Of who you truly are, you already have it. It's not about chasing the feeling or forcing belief. It is about naturally being the version of yourself who already is, the creator. Now, thank you all for being here. Much love and light to you. Thank you for the wonderful comments that came in the last few videos. As always, thank you for the questions. Thank you for the liking. Thank you for the subscribing. Thank you for the joining. Thank you for the sharing. Thank you for joining the Facebook page. Thank you for joining the TikTok page. If you want to reach out, please feel free. You can drop an email. You can ask me anything you like in the comment section, or if you want a more private email, that's fine. If you don't mind dropping it in the Facebook page, that's also wonderful. I answer there, and then I compact everything into one video to express it, usually spilling over into more parts of I am awareness, all leading back to you. So that being said, much love, much light, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.